Bringing Billy Bush, the host of Hot Mics with Billy Bush, for more on today's race. Billy, great to see you with us. We should point out that Spencer Pratt and Nithya Raman within spitting distance of Karen Bass. This race really seems to be turning into a referendum on her. Although we should point out that Spencer Pratt and Nithya Raman have gone up 8 points in the last couple of months, while Karen Bass has remained steady. And if enthusiasm and intensity account for anything, it's on Election Day.
Yeah, today's the day. There's obviously been a lot of voting so far. We've got, if you're postmarked in time for today, you can, be up to 7 days, but we'll get a really good indication tonight. I'm going to go to Spencer Pratt's gig tonight to watch the results. And he is moving up. He's being attacked all over the place, supported by people he never expected. But Jimmy Kimmel can't get enough of attacking Spencer Pratt, as if Jimmy didn't live another life before he became the great Peabody winner, as if Jimmy didn't live a life, doing the man show and doing stunts and gags that, women today wouldn't like very much. He was allowed to evolve. Is Spencer Pratt allowed to evolve, John, into a thoughtful guy who's a father of two, who looks around and sees his city in disrepair? You just showed what's going on at MacArthur Park. I mean, the drug addicts, the zombies, it's all real. It's all happening. LA is not the beautiful city we remember. So is he allowed to evolve and become a different person? And I don't know. I think so. I don't like what's working so far, what we have so far.
Well, his superpower seems to be the fact that he could just say to people, hey, look around. What do things look like? And here's what he told Bill Maher about his route to victory. Listen to this.
That's how I win, because I say, hey, everybody, this isn't working. We all know it, and we're paying for the destruction of our own city. But they can't say it because they won't get reelected, because they're deep in this failure. They would be better off to just say, hey, this didn't work. We're going to pivot. We tried this one, but we have a new plan. But they can't.
And that's the beauty of the outsider, is the outsider says, look, I've had nothing to do with everything that's going on here in Los Angeles, but I've been living it along with everybody else. And I really have a plan and a desire to change it, whereas the other folks don't.
Yeah, I mean, we all are looking for that leader somewhere that is just an honest person. There's so much grift in our politics, John. It makes me sick. I think of we go back, it's happening at the top, it's happening in Congress, it's happening all over the place. Compromise people, compromise entrenched systems. Where is the transparency? What Spencer's saying is, look, I'm just going to tell you where all the money we take in, this is where it goes, this is where all here, you can see for yourself, and we're going to make sure that we're transparent with you, the people. We shouldn't be $1 billion in debt every single year. We shouldn't have $2.3 billion in homelessness spending that we don't know where the money went. Not that it was stolen. We just can't count for it. Like, this can't be happening in big cities like this, anywhere, in any, political district. So that's what we're looking for. And right now, I don't see either one of the two entrenched people, Nithya, who Jesse Waters calls Noodles. I think that is funny. Karen Bass, or Spencer Pratt. Spencer Pratt, oddly enough, wouldn't have said this probably 3 months ago. But oddly enough, he's the best shot.
Well, he has predicted that he's going to go over 50% today. I don't know if he could do that. That's probably a big hill to climb. But he made the rounds of Fox programs last week. And this one thing caught my eye, because he has really campaigned on being a victim of the Palisades fire, like so many other folks in Los Angeles. He's been blaming Karen Bass for the fact that the fire got out of control, blaming Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom for not doing enough to restore people back to their homes in that area. But when he was asked what he would do, this was his answer. Listen here.
The Palisades is going to be a long time. I don't like to sugarcoat. This is going to be, for some people, it'll be never. So as much as I love to be positive and I'm going to do best I can as a mayor, the reality is a lot of these people are now, they don't get to come back because of Mayor Bass. And that is, again, part of my anger that I channel into this. And I got into this race to expose the failures that made it so there is no feel-good end of the, happy ending with this.
So it's kind of a two-edged sword. On the one hand, he's being honest that there might not be much he can do. But then the flip side of that coin is there might not be much he can do, whereas he's really made that a centerpiece of his campaign.
I've got a lot of friends whose houses burned down in that area, and I'll tell you what, it comes down to insurance. So many people who had good insurance and recouped took off and already bought houses somewhere else, and they sold the lot too. So now you're got a whole new community. It's not going to look the same or feel the same as it ever did. And it's probably the most, like, if you move to, you'll pay the big taxes and everyone who lives there does, because it is a creme de la creme area. It is worth the taxes almost. It's that beautiful. And it is not going to look the same. So many people are gone. There's, and then there's the executive order Trump initiated, which is to bypass a lot of these local hurdles, John. What it takes to build a house and get a permit in this place. Trump is, he's great at that. Stroking a pen like, we'll skip him and, go right around. And, that is helping marginally, but still, it's very difficult. And that was good of Spencer to do that. He's not Superman.
Yeah, well, as I said, he's being transparent that there may not be much he can do. But when you campaign on that as a central issue, people might be looking to you to do more than you actually might be able to do. So we'll see. Yeah.
How about just be an honest person? That's who I'm voting for.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Bill. This is politics. That doesn't work.
I know. God, if I ever get into it, I got to see what happens to me. God, I'm become a shell of a man.
Thanks for spending time with us. Appreciate it. We'll see how it works out tonight. All right, appreciate it.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.